Alright, what's going on, by this is Z Street here back to a brand new video. College football is back. My favorite sport besides college basketball. I just love college sports in general. Last year we started a new series where instead of just going over March Madness each year, we'll be going over the entire year of college football. The upsets each week, the difference in the rankings, the star players that arrive, and then eventually the expanding college football playoff. Last year I had a blast doing this. It was a lot of fun, and I'm going to be doing it this year again. I am a week late. Week 2 has already ended, so I do apologize for missing that. Kind of just been busy and tired with a little bit of sickness, if you can tell by my voice, and just enjoying resting and then being social instead of being on the computer. So I am late, so I'll be recording both videos today. Um, Probably upload week 1 right after this, and maybe upload week 2 reaction and review either later today or tomorrow. Let's go ahead and get into week 1, the start of the brand new college football season. A lot of expectations for this year coming up. Ohio State, the defending national champion, how will they respond? Losing a lot of players. They spent a lot of money on their team. Got a new quarterback, Arch Manning in Texas, the prodigal son, as they say, or the chosen one. How will he perform? Alabama, will they have a comeback? Georgia, Stockton, how will he do in a full year? Carson Beck at Miami, will he revitalize his career, or will he prove the doubters correct or wrong? A lot of different stories. The SEC, the Big Ten, who's the best? Let's go ahead and kick off week 1. Starting off, Iowa State and Kansas State. Iowa State pulls off the late victory in the fourth quarter, 24-21. Didn't watch this game, but this was held in Dublin. That's right, across the pond, as they say, in Ireland. One of 2 games, I believe, these past 2 weeks that have been hosted outside of America. This is also a Big 12 matchup early in the year. But whatever. Big first upset, I suppose. Not really though. Boise State being ranked 25, losing what should have been the Heisman winner, Ashton Gentry, over the dude from Colorado. I already forgot his name. But looks like he definitely carried them more than we put on words, because they got absolutely demolished by South Florida, scoring 7 points in the first quarter and never scoring again. So South Florida, as we'll see in next week's reaction, watch out. But they utterly dominate Boise State. Illinois, number 12 in the nation, playing Western Illinois. No shocker that it is a blowout. What are you going to do? Here's the big game of the week. It was supposed to be number 1 versus number 2, but for some reason Ohio State slid down to number 3. I'm not too sure why. That the defending national champion is only ranked number 3. You're getting a new quarterback, but it shouldn't matter. I feel like if you're the number 1 team in the nation, you should start the year off as number 1 every single time. Same thing with Texas. Like, I think Texas is going to be good this year. Obviously, they lost this game. People are questioning Arch Manning. He got a lot of flack. There are a lot of funny memes and stuff. Like, people are grilling him about how poorly he played. But I don't understand why Texas was ranked number 1. A lot of people said that Texas was going to blow them out of the water. I didn't think that was going to happen. But Ohio State proved this game why they should number 1. They're playing at home. The first of a 2-game series. Next year it will be played in Texas. This game was a defensive showdown. Neither team was having a lot of offensive firepower. I think only one team. I think at the half, only one team had a play of over 20 yards. That was a touchdown pass, or a Ohio State player, Moss, absolutely Moss, a dude, caught it over his shoulders. Like, bear hugged him and caught it on his back. Texas didn't score a touchdown until the fourth quarter. Arch Manning did not play too well. Only 7-30 passing completions, only 70 yards. He was missing a lot of throws, overthrowing, underthrowing, horrible interception. And of course, sort of garbage time, late time, he did start slinging it a lot. I remember the beginning of the game, head coach Steve Sarkisian said he's going to let Arch Manning rip it, and he did not. I was rewatching some film. I noticed that he had a lot of open receivers that he just wasn't trusting himself and was instead going with the checkdowns, which made the offense very, very stagnant. So he needs to fix that. If he's going to sling it, you're going to sling it. Like, there are a lot of gaps in the defense 20 yards down that he just didn't throw to. I don't know, maybe because he was nervous, all the expectations. You never know. But Ohio State's, I can see, only has 20 yards and he's still out through Julian Sayin. But it was like, I think for Arch Manning, he was making a lot of mistakes, bad passes. But Julian Sayin, he was saying all he needs to do is just steer the boat. Don't try to make any big plays. Don't try to be a hero. Don't make mistakes. Just do the right thing, and then everything will go correct. Uh, the second game in a row, and they played Ohio State. Uh, they shut down Jeremiah Smith. Still lost though. But I'm not surprised if these two teams play each other again in the playoffs, and whoever won that game will win the championship. To be frank with you, both have in my opinion, the best two defenses in the nation, and we'll see how they continue on their season. But I predict that both of these teams could finish the season with no more losses or no losses at all for Ohio State. But we'll see. Nevada and Penn State coming off a playoff bid. Drew Aller is 1 year with one more year with experience. So Penn State is one of the favorites. Have a great year. People saying it might be the year they finally get over the hump and do something. But we'll see. They play Nevada. While a decently sized school, not a good program, I don't think ever. It's no surprise here that they beat them 46-11. LSU versus Clemson, the Battle of Death Valleys. LSU visiting Clemson. People are saying that Clemson is real Death Valley. And I think that's a very stupid case because LSU has been a bigger and better program since pretty much the existence of college football. Clemson has only been really good the past 10 years. Other than that, they've been a very, very bad program. Let's be frank. So the fact that they're thinking that they're going to be called Death Valley is a bit silly. But LSU only won this game by a touchdown. But you can see in the second half, they scored 14 unanswered points. And honestly, it was a domination. LSU proved they were definitely the better team here. Garrett Nussmeier, one of the Heisman favorites. Also another year of experience under his belt, maybe taking LSU to a bigger heights. But they win the Battle of the Tigers. And this pretty much should put the rest that LSU has ruled Death Valley. Georgia and Marshall. Marshall, as we know, pretty famous school, I suppose. Has a movie about it. Won some championships. Randy Moss came from there. But, again, they are not really good. Have not been good for a while. Smaller school. 45-7. Didn't score until probably garbage time when they put in the second string and third string dudes. Not the freshmen. No shock there. There's Gunnar Stockton. We'll see how he does. Oregon and Montana State, 59-13. Dante Moore came over from UCLA. Oregon's looking pretty dangerous, I gotta tell you guys. They win in a blowout. Here was another big, big upset. Florida State. Last year, coming off that embarrassing loss to Georgia when they thought they should make the playoffs because they were undefeated, but they lost their quarterback. And then last year having arguably one of the worst years of any Power 5 team. I think they won like 2 games, perhaps, like 2-10. Utter garbage. It was awesome. It was awesome to see. I was definitely rooting for them to do that horrible. It was kind of all the fans bitching about a place they should definitely do not deserve. But hosting number 8 Alabama, which I think were definitely overrated and overranked, made a statement game, winning 31-17. This was not a close game. They put the pedal to the metal and beat Alabama squarely in the face and proved that their program is back. They had a down year. They lost a lot of players, but they're back. Arizona State with Western. Arizona State being 11 after coming off playoff last year with Sam Levitt, their star quarterback, another Heisman favorite. He had 257 yards against a no-name team. No shock there. Michigan playing New Mexico. This game a little bit probably closer than they anticipated. 34-17, Bryce Underwood, a player they stole from LSU by paying him like $20 million or whatever. He had 250 yards, and the running back had 159 yards, so it was ugly. They win. Long Island University versus Florida, no shock here. 55 to nothing. East Texas A&M versus SMU, 42 to 13, no shock there. SMU also coming off the playoffs with their star quarterback Jennings, 260 yards for him. And then Kansas State played again in week 1. As you can see, this game was on a Saturday of the week 4. So like week 0, I suppose. Coming back here, playing North Dakota, they win 38 to only 35. Kansas State won those favorites to win the Big 12 or to be competitive, struggling early in the year here. They almost lose North Dakota. Avery Johnson had 300 yards, so that's pretty impressive. Oklahoma and Illinois State, no shock here. 35-3. After a very disappointing year last year, got a transfer quarterback Mateer from Washington State, I believe, so they're going to be a lot better. They always had a great defense, but now they finally got a good quarterback. We'll see what they do this year. And the SEC, I don't think they'll do too good, but maybe be a bit more competitive this year. Texas A&M playing UTSA 42-24. No shock here. Marcus Reed, their star quarterback, had almost 300 yards here. But it's UTSA, so, you know. Old Dominion in Indiana, 27-14. Indiana also off the playoff bed. People are saying they're not too good because they don't really play anybody. And then when they play good teams like Ohio State, they get their ass whooped. That is true, but, you know. Ole Miss and Georgia State here. 63-7 is insane. But again, Georgia State's an annoying team. What's whatever. Iowa State, South Dakota, 55-7. Blowout. No shock there. Arkansas Pine Bluff versus Texas Tech, 67-7. No shock there as well. Tennessee and Syracuse. People think it's going to be a close game. Actually, a lot of people picked that Syracuse might upset Tennessee, and I'm like, there's no way. Syracuse has not been a good program for a very long time. And they get their ass whooped. 25-26 as expected. And then some Sunday games. Here was a big top 10 game. Notre Dame and Miami. People are saying that if Notre Dame wins this game, again, they don't really play very many good teams in the year. Which is why they make the playoffs every year. But last year, they kind of stunned a lot of people and made it to the championship game and had a chance to win the game and come back, really. They really did. They fall to Miami. A late field goal. Miami wins the game. Carson Beck, first game in Miami, wins and played pretty well. And then finally, Atlanta played in Virginia Tech. No shock here, 24-11. Norris Sellers, a great quarterback. Bright future ahead of that kid. So after that first week, let's go ahead and check the rankings. Let's see if they've updated them. They have not. So they have not updated it for week 2, so that's good. So maybe I'll do this video on Monday. I think they do it at 1 p.m., I think, on Sunday. And it is Sunday, so. After the first week, Ohio State slides up to number 1 where they should have been. Penn State stays at number 2. LSU jumps 3 to number. LSU jumps 6. Pardon me. What the hell is this? Let's do an ad. Sorry. So number 3, Georgia goes up 1 to 4, and Miami rounds up, jumps 5. Let's go to number 5. Oregon's at 6. Texas drops from number 1 down 6 spots to number 7. Clemson drops 4 spots to 8. Notre Dame drops off 3 spots to 9, and South Carolina jumps up 3 to get into the top 10. Illinois just outside at number 11. Arizona State at 12. Florida at 13. Florida State coming from unranked all the way up to number 14. Right behind them is Michigan, in and around the top 15. Iowa State jumped 6 to 16. SMU is at 17. Oklahoma and A&M stay the same at 18 and 19 respectively. Ole Miss is at 20. Alabama drops 13 ranks, number 8 to number 21. Tennessee, number 22. Indiana drops despite winning, 23. Texas Tech at 24. And Utah, unranked, comes to 25. Dropping from the rankings is Kansas State, who's at 17, and Boise State at 25. Just outside is BYU, Auburn, Georgia Tech, USC, Louisville, TCU, Missouri, and South Florida. I believe South Florida will probably be ranked next week. That is it. Normally I do like, okay, here's what we got next week, but the games have already been played, so I'm not going to do that and spoil it. We'll do that for the next video. So anyways, this is it for week 1. I'm excited to see college football back. I love the sport. I think it's way better than NFL. I call no fun league. I don't like the NFL at all. If that upsets you, then too bad. But yeah, I'm excited for the rest of the year. Football is back. Let's go. This is Z3 signing out.